Well, now in its fourth season, Snowfall, created by the late John Singleton, continues to get critical acclaim for its portrayal of the crack epidemic in LA in the 1980s. Angela Lewis returns in her role as Aunt Louie.
Both are considered to be armed and dangerous. If you have any information at all on their whereabouts, you're being asked to contact the LA County Sheriff's Department. And remember, you can remain anonymous.
The LA City Council today approved new funding for...
If I'm with y'all, let us spook him. Tell him you found him another hideout, out of town. When you get far enough out, do what gotta be done.
Welcome back to the show, Angela Lewis. Hi, Angela.
Hi.
So congratulations on the show has really taken off. Why do you think it's connecting so well, given that it's, from a few decades ago?
I think there are a few different things at play. We have an extremely entertaining show. The writing is great. The cast is great. The production value is amazing. So, people tune in just on face value for that reason. The music is always popping. But then when you really, when you sit with it and you are following the story, you start to learn about the history of the crack epidemic in Los Angeles. And it is the truth of the story, how powers that were much greater than the Black community itself were at play. The US government was involved. And so people are learning about what has happened to our communities all over the country, in addition to being highly entertained. So we're working on layers here.
Yeah, it's a fantastic show. And Angela, I don't know if you remember, the last time we saw you was here in studio at Windy City Live. And you were here with the great John Singleton, who created the show. And we obviously had no idea that he would be lost just 2 years later. How has that affected the cast and affected you?
I mean, it's always just, it blows me away when I see clips of him or pictures of him. It's just, you're here one day and gone the next. And it is a profound void in our world. And I mean that, in the world, like the world, and then in our little world that is Snowfall. So we miss him all the time. And there is a director's chair for John that is always on set and no one sits in it. It's just for him. Everybody has jackets and sweaters and vests and things like that, have his quote about tell your story. So he is not forgotten, and he is with us every single day. And for that, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be a part of his legacy. I'm grateful to have been able to know him and share space with him. I miss him a lot.
Let's talk a little bit about telling African-American stories now in 2021 as opposed to 5 years ago or 10 years ago. There's a lot more truth, there's a lot more accuracy, and there's a perspectival change here. How is that affecting your work or the work of the writing of Snowfall?
I mean, it makes it more exciting, when you get to be a part of telling a story that is based in truth, and it is not about making you dumbing your story down or dumbing your voice down or making it so that a pretend audience can more digest you and your world. When you just tell the truth, that's extremely powerful, and it's a lot more fun to play. So yeah, I'm glad that more of our stories are being told by people of color, by Black people get to tell the truth.
Right. Yeah, I have a feeling too. Well, I don't know if you've noticed this, but since Snowfall came out, the writing is so good and the stories are so accurate. There has been so many documentaries now coming out kind of covering the same topic. I feel like you guys kicked that off.
Oh, wow. Thank you. I think that this push forward in the movement of Black people in this country has been a long time coming. I think there have been many things that took a part of kind of really galvanizing the energy and the voices that then created this movement. COVID had a lot to do with it. The murder of George Floyd had a lot to do with it. But this is not the beginning. It's not the first time that it's not the beginning of a push forward. I don't think that we would have been as visible had people not been making little pushes and making little cracks in the doors and the walls and the windows and all around us, if that hadn't been already happening. So I'm really glad that we had a moment, as tragic as this moment in time has been, a moment to sit still and see what's happening right in front of us, what's happening all around us. Yeah.
Well, we're heading into an exciting new season, right? What's up for you and the rest of the cast? Just give us a little preview or tell us exactly what's going to happen. Anybody die?
Well, yes, people die, definitely. It's Snowfall. I won't say who, but we've got a lot going on. There are relationships that are being tested, family bonds are being strained. We've got the onset of gangs in LA that's happening. The government, its presence is even more palpable, more feeling the pressure. For sure. It's our show is fire.
Yes, it is fire. And John would be very, very proud of everything you've accomplished. Thank you again, Angela. We hope next time we see you, it's going to be right here in studio again.
Yes, I hope so too. I miss everybody. I miss being out in the world.
Yeah.
It's getting better.
And Snowfall airs.
Yes, it is.
Snowfall airs on Wednesdays, 9 p.m. FX, and the next day on FX and Hulu.